Good Saturday evening, everyone. This is meteorologist Nathan Kitchens here. When an update as we wrap up this winter storm. Wow, what a heavy band of snow we had set up across the central portion of the state this afternoon. We're checking out the radar here at 7 p.m. You can start to see the beginning of the end with this winter storm. And checking out the radar here, I'm going to zoom in towards the Indy Metro. We can start to see the snow gradually tapering off from north to south across Marion County, but the snow is still coming down rather steady around the airport, where it has been just pouring in 1 to 3 inches per hour rates from about 2:30 this afternoon to where we are now. And the snow has just piled up rapidly within a few hours today across this area. And checking out the radar, the heaviest rates of snow are now kind of pushing to the south. So areas like Martinsville, where you had some sleet and rain issues mixing in today, you're now all snow, and it's been piling up pretty fast there now in southern Morgan County, northern Monroe County. You're now catching into that snow here at kind of the last minute with a 2-inch report there just north of Ellettsville. And this area will continue to see some pretty good bursts of snow and some sleet over the next few hours, but this will continue to taper off rather quickly between now and 9 p.m. It looks like after 9 p.m. that's when things really start to shut off and come to an end. But you can see how things are evolving here with the precipitation slowly starting to get shoved to the south, and gradually we're starting to see those heaviest rates start the weekend, but you can still see some pretty hefty bands there on the south side of the city. So let's check out those snowfall reports. I mean, my goodness, what a storm. We've had, as of this update, which the update for the airport was about an hour ago, of 9 inches there, over 9 inches. So it's easy to say here that the airport will wind up with double-digit totals for today's storm. We saw the dynamics with the storm, and all along we kept that 6-inch plus band with the thinking that there would be a band of some very heavy snowfall rates, which we did see set up here basically right across the Indy Metro. Again, we want to thank all you road crews out there for keeping up with the roads and trying your best, making it possible for people who had to get out this afternoon, and it was very treacherous conditions. Thank you guys for trying to keep those roads safe. You've done a great job today. It's been tough with totals here of 4 to 8 inches, now in some cases 9 to 10 inch reports coming in right across the heart of central Indiana. We saw that sharp cutoff. I tell you, that cutoff was so tough with this forecast. We tried our best to kind of pin down where that would set up here today to the north and east here, as well as south and west, where you had more of the mixing issues with the system. So let's dive into when this will start to come to an end. And no change from what we said earlier. We said around 9 p.m. this is when things will really wind down, and that still looks to be the case. So we'll still have some snow. Through 8 o'clock, there'll still be steady snow falling in Indy, but it will gradually, the rates will definitely start to wind down. And that's going to really help you road crews out there to start keeping up and getting that slush and stuff off the roads, which will be key as we go into tonight, because temperatures eventually fall below freezing. So you will want to get that snow off that pavement before we get that freezing issue overnight. So here we go by 8 p.m. We still got some snow near the airport down to the south, but it's much lighter. Could see some heavier bursts down across southeast Indiana, around Ripley County down there towards Dearborn County, Indiana, and southeast Indiana there. Still some pretty good snow rates going on at 8 p.m. But notice by 9, how things really start to wind down. There could still be a few showers in far southern Indiana through about midnight, but overall things wind down after 9 p.m. and we will actually start to clear the skies out as we go into later on tonight. Now here's the temperatures, and that will be key as we go through the rest of the evening. And the main areas that have picked up that heavy snowpack, you're going to remain very close to freezing over the next several hours. I think you'll just continue to hold there. Indy's actually at 30, so we're actually below freezing already. We may actually warm slightly before we start to drop later tonight, and this will be as a result of skies starting to clear out from northeast to southwest later tonight, and you start to see those numbers falling there in the pre-dawn hours and towards sunrise. In fact, the model's bringing it down to 24 in Indy, 28 in Bloomington. So this is the concern, all that moisture, and there's a lot of moisture out there on the roads. This is a very wet, slushy snow. We start to see that refreezing issue tomorrow morning, so that's going to be a big concern, and why it will be important to get all that snow and slush off these roadways before we get that stuff to freeze later tonight, with the freezing line going down to near Vincennes to Paoli. So even those areas that got all that rain today, yes, there could be some black ice, that tries to form, but actually down there, I think with the wind, that's not going to be a big concern. But where you have the snowpack, that's where I would certainly be the main concern for some refreezing issues later tonight. And then going throughout the day tomorrow, it looks like our numbers will kind of hold or reach a maximum here in the low 40s. In the areas with the deepest snowpack, 40 to 41 or so for the high. And outside of that, you will get into the upper 40s to near 50 off to the south and west. A little bit warmer in northeast Indiana as well. And we'll start to clear those skies out too for you. So as we go through today, tomorrow, we're going to see the cloud cover starting to break up late tonight, first off, across, the Indy Metro. And then it starts to work its way south and west with that clearing by tomorrow morning. So southwest Indiana, you'll probably start today, but rather cloudy conditions, and that's where your numbers will still be held up a little bit with cloud cover tonight. And then going through today, tomorrow, it's going to be a pretty nice day, actually. We're going to see, I'm looking at the latest data here, and I see quite a bit of sunshine tomorrow. For all the areas that got the snow today, you should see a pretty good deal of sunshine. So that's going to be great news to help kind of finish up, kind of melting the snow off the pavement throughout the day, and conditions are going to rapidly improve. But we probably won't melt all the snow tomorrow, at least off the ground, because, we have so much snow on the ground in those areas that picked up the snow that it's probably not all going to melt. So as we go into tomorrow night, I think we still possibly need to watch for a little more of a refreezing issue. Now, that said, numbers tomorrow night aren't going to be as cold. We're only going to fall to around freezing, and Indy, north of Indy, it still gets below freezing, but we will have some clouds working in tomorrow night with a warm front. And actually Monday, we're going to finally start to see a warm up here. In fact, we start to see numbers rising after midnight tomorrow night above freezing, and then Monday, we're going to see a nice change in those temperatures. I think this model's running too cool for what it's worth. It looks like we will see some much warmer air near 50 for the high, and actually several chances of rain by Tuesday and Wednesday, but with numbers to get well into the 50s, and areas near and just south of Indy won't be far from 60 degrees by Tuesday and Wednesday. So we do have some more spring-like air coming, thankfully, as we get beyond today. So here's, again, a quick rundown of what's going on across the year. I'm going to throw on the radar one more time for you. Again, things are starting to wind down here. And again, thank you guys so much for watching this update. And if you guys have any questions, be sure to reach out to us. Be sure to stay safe out there. Have a great rest of your evening.